This girl here don't want to take care of her kid. I've been had her kids forever.
You say forever, what's forever?
Basically, the 4-year-old been with me since he was a baby. And now the 2-year-old, I got her little tail when she was 5 months. She's 2 now. She don't want to take care of them. She don't want to stop by when they want to see her. I did her a favor, let her go do some work and do these old hussies' hair. She want to follow and live the good life while I have her kids. So I need her to pay up. I need some help.
I definitely agree you need some help. Well, what's the issue? Your kids have pretty much been with your aunt their entire lives.
Semi-aunt.
So we have an aunt who took her niece to court for neglecting to visit her own children and refusing to pay any child support. Oh, all while she's out there living it up and having the time of her life.
I'm listening now.
But I'm a hairstylist. I do hair.
Your hair is pretty.
Thank you. I do wigs, lace fronts, all of that. So when people call
So you
me,
have the money to pay for these kids, you're just choosing not to. That's essentially what you just said, right?
No, so I pay for these kids. Like I bring them food.
She
I bring
brings them
clothes.
McDonald's.
The mother occasionally visits the kids and brings them happy meals, but has the money to travel for work doing hair and makeup for other people. Wow.
Kid love a Happy Meal.
No clothes, no shoes.
You know,
bring clothes and
a
shoes.
Happy
Granimal
Meal,
sandals.
If they're with her all of the time, a Happy Meal, ma'am, is insufficient.
Well, when I come, I bring them whatever they
When
like.
you
when
come,
they like
how
McDonald's.
often do you go over there?
Tell the
A
truth.
couple times a month.
How many?
Depending on my schedule.
Kids are priority. These little strippers' hair can wait. See, that's your problem.
So you doing strippers' hair?
Well, they pay more. You know, they make that big money, so I got to get my coins.
I mean, they do get paid.
And she
You
probably
know-
doing something strange for a piece of change too.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not my business. But I definitely will lay some edges, lay some hair. Yes.
Okay.
Honey,
yeah, your
don't-
edges are laid. They really are.
Girl,
They
that's
are.
a Jerry curl. Don't let the MAC makeup fool you. Because behind all that,
Y'all get along, do you?
No, we don't. Since she
Oh.
was a little girl, she's
But
been.
wait a minute. You all don't get along, but you trust her enough to have your kid. I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you. Where's the daddy?
Oh, I don't know. He in them streets.
Oh, it sounds like you are too.
No, I'm in the streets to make them coins, to get that money,
Oh.
lay that hair.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go ahead and lay some numbers for you. How much money you make a year?
About 60,000.
60,000? Okay. Who did this tax return you gave me?
Somebody I met through a friend. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Shaniqua.
Oh, okay. Well, they have your income at 65,000. So is that true?
It's around there.
We're going to use that
65,000.
number. We're going to use that number instead of that 60,000 that you just gave me because you came in here to waste my time and play these games, and I'm not about to play with you.
Miss Vonda,
Yes, ma'am.
her kids' hair need done.
And but she said her edges, you know, she lay edges.
Don't you just love it when the missing parent gets a reality check and ends up with the verdict that they didn't expect to get?
Her hair look? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think she comes and buys Borettes and anything? Everything comes out of my pocket. I keep those babies looking good. She never put her finger in there, but she want to run around and put her little fingers in these other little heifers' head.
You know what? You know better, or at least you should. You should know better. And I'm not looking for a response right now because as cute as your hair is, that attitude is not looking real good. So let's go ahead and make sure your aunt gets some money for these kids, okay? So at this $65,000 a year, that brings your gross to about $5,400. Your net is $4,383.27. What about health insurance?
Medicaid.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're really about to pay today because you know Medicaid has to be reimbursed to the state, right?
The children haven't been left with nothing. They've been thankfully left in the care of a wonderful, loving, selfless aunt. God bless her. Mum needs to stop being a self-centered deadbeat.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, you just found out something today. I'm so glad that you are ready to learn something because you are about to learn today, okay? So, child support calculation, 2 kids. Do you have any other kids?
No, just the 2.
Okay. So,
What?
support is $1,096 plus we need to reimburse that Medicaid like I told you. So we take that $5,400, do 9% of that. That comes out to $486. $486 plus the $1,096. That bring your child support obligation to $1,582 per month.
I'm sorry, you said 1,000 what?
$1,582. Anything else?
For 2 kids?
Girl,
$1,500 a month?
do you know how much I pay to take care of your kids? More than that. That is only a pinch of what I pay to take care of your kids monthly.
Well, you know, I have to agree with her.
And people like to argue when I say parenting is the problem with our young people these days. Most of our young people are lazy, entitled, irresponsible, oversensitive, and disrespectful. Look at the parents that are setting the example for these kids. It's obvious, but most will never admit it. Let's look at another case here.
What's going on?
Well, I currently pay $880 a month for child support.
Okay.
I also pay $362 for health insurance. And I see my kids every maybe like 4 times a week.
Okay.
I see them pretty often. And she's trying to take my kids and move off to Florida.
Okay.
And Yana, I'm not going for that.
All right. Did she tell you why she was trying to move to Florida?
Because she just want to live her best life.
She said that?
That's what it is. She want to go to the beach, drink coconut balls or whatever they have out there in Florida, and just have her best life.
Okay, wait a minute. So did she actually tell you that, or you interpreting her as living her best life?
Yana, why would anybody else want to move to Florida? That's Paradise City.
Well, I mean, I kind of want to move too, but I can't go
You know what I'm saying?
because I got to work. So could it be for a job?
You know, Yana, I haven't asked because when she told me that she wanted to move to Florida, I got so upset about the fact of losing my kids that I was like, are you moving to Florida for like vacation time or just so you can live your best life, or because we in Texas, I'm in Texas. I'm a good dad.
So what did she say to that when you said, are you trying to move to Florida to live your best life?
She said, yo, you shouldn't have messed up.
What did you do?
It's a long story, Yana. I could tell you how we split up, but I kind of messed up.
Well, I have time.
Can you spot the pattern here? Man and woman break up for some reason. The man is concerned about the kids, and the woman is concerned about living her best life in Florida. I will say it again, and keep saying it in the hopes that men will protect themselves. Get that paternity test done much before you sign that birth certificate.
Continue.
Long story short, I met this lady our freshman year of college.
Okay.
And we were in class, and she was sitting in the front, I was sitting in the back. And I saw her, and I said, man, I'm gonna have to put my bid in as soon as class is over.
Bid, that's what they call it these
Yeah,
days. Okay.
we call it put your bid in. Because, you know, I'm
Alright.
sure there's other people that put their bid in too. So if I got the highest bid, of course, I'm a getter, you know?
Oh, so you subcontracting these things now.
I was, yeah. At that time, I was subcontracting, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Right.
Keep going.
So I saw her in the hall, and I came to her, and my bid won. And we was together for years, Your Honor. We were together for years. We have 2 kids. We have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay.
Throughout the time, and as life just went on, we just started kind of fading, Your Honor. I'm a coach. I'm a football coach at a college.
Okay.
And one of the cheerleading coaches kept hitting on me, and I kept rejecting her.
So you put a bid on her too?
She put the bid on me, Your Honor. Yeah, she put the bid on me. So I gave in to that bid. She had a high bid, and at the time, my lady, she wasn't putting in no more bids on me. She wasn't cooking me dinner. She wasn't massaging me like she used to. She wouldn't even let me watch sports on Sundays, Your Honor, because she wanted to watch The Bachelor. So it just wasn't working, and I gave in to what was going on, and I messed up. She saw my phone. She saw that I was with her a few times, and she left me, Your Honor.
Any person who thinks cheating on your spouse isn't a legitimate reason for divorce is obviously a cheater or has never been cheated on. Cheating when you have a family is despicable. If you want to cheat, break up first. Buck up and be honest. Why can't humans be honest with each other?
Okay, so you don't want her to move to Florida,
No, ma'am.
all right? And you want your child support reduced as a result if she does move? Or
Well,
do you just want it reduced just because?
I just want it reduced just because.
Okay, got it.
I feel like I know dudes that don't see their kids ever and they not on child support. I see my kids multiple times through the week and I'm paying $880 a month.
Okay. Fair enough. I believe I have majority of what I needed. Okay, is there anything else you wanted me to know before I move over to her?
No, that's about it, Your Honor. That's
Okay.
about it.
The guy pays her $880 a month and only gets to see his kids on the weekend. $880 is quite enough to buy food for 2 children, don't you think? Doesn't the woman do anything? Does she want the guy to literally pay for everything in her life while she enjoys the money she earns herself that she doesn't even spend on her children?
So I made a TikTok on here saying that women who knowingly put a baby on a man that they know is not theirs should get jail time and have to pay child support back. And a lot of people were mad. But why? Because if men doesn't pay child support, y'all do everything to get their asses arrested. So if we reverse the roles and you're a piece of shit mom that knew that you opened your legs to somebody else, but you pinned it on somebody that you knew would be a better father, how is that not a reason to have to pay for that? You just ruined 2 people's lives, that child and that man. And you're stealing his money. It's like we don't want to hold women accountable for messing up men's lives, but we will quickly hop on a man for fucking up a couple of women's.
DNA tests should be performed as soon as the child comes into this world, not just for paternity reasons, but possibly for health reasons later on. This needs to happen.
A man. He overhears his wife talking to her friends having a conversation. He hears the friend over the phone say he still doesn't know the kid isn't his. The man was shocked, many thoughts racing through his head. One day he took his daughter and got a DNA test, and to a scary surprise, the kid's wasn't his. In disbelief, he drove home to confront his wife. He told her he knows the truth. He's not the father. She tried to change things around, saying he had no right to get a DNA test without her permission. They argued and argued, but his wife said something so cold that it froze his very soul. You signed the birth certificate so you can take of this child as family, or you can do it with your child support checks.
If a woman commits paternity fraud, she should be permanently ineligible for any and all social services. WIC, Section 8, food stamps, Medicaid, and any child support.
And,
Excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me, and the reason that I haven't
Well,
provided
those are rumors.
I understand
First of
that.
all.
I understand that,
Second
but
of
you
all.
haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You know, you're right about that, and honest
So
truth is
you are
that,
admitting that you're married?
yes.
Okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't
told
tell
your
me you
wife
were
that?
married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
The alleged father argues that he hasn't paid child support because he is unsure if the child is his. He claims Miss Canada had other partners at the time, and she counters by pointing out his infidelity to his wife.
It's really time for mandatory paternity testing at birth. This means the Shads will be on the hook from the first child they make, which will prevent them from cutting a swath through a bunch of women. This is what it used to be like for most women and men, back when communities were less anonymous and courting was more formal.
So, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child.
A message for men and women everywhere. Treat and respect others just how you would like to be treated yourself. Raising children isn't easy, but it's worth it. People who have kids need to give their full attention to them. If they can't, they shouldn't even think about having kids. Thanks for watching Manhood. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.